Good Monday afternoon, everyone. Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the edition for Monday afternoon, December 2nd, 2013. And this beautiful picture here, most of the leaves now are off the trees, but snow is in the air on this image, and we could be possibly dealing with snow later this week too as well, and we'll get into that in just a moment. We have light winds and overcast conditions early this afternoon as temperatures are struggling to get out of the 30s to low and mid 40s in the metro area. And the winds are generally light or out of the northeast at about 5 miles per hour or so. And it's a pretty chilly morning out there. We've got lots of clouds in the mid-level variety, about 5, 6, 7,000 feet, and basically just overcast conditions just about everywhere this morning. But there is no precipitation. We have a weak shortwave moving through the Hudson Valley region of the Poughkeepsie region and East Fishkill with some light rain showers this morning, late this morning, early afternoon. And we have no watches, warnings, or advisories yet for any of the New Jersey, New York City metro areas. Surface analysis from WeatherRow&Oak.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows basically weak disturbance here ahead of a cold front, which is moving through the Ohio Valley region this morning, late this morning and early afternoon. And this cold front will make its way to the mid-Atlantic coast states during tonight with just a chance of a sprinkle or two. Most of the areas will remain dry, and we're just expecting a wind shift with some slightly cooler air behind it. And on the aviational deck this morning, we generally have mid-low level cloud cover across the region. Most of this is actually mid-level cloud cover, and it's basically overcast just about everywhere. We do have basically some scattered clouds to overcast conditions at about 5,000 feet across the Wilkes-Barre area in Pennsylvania. Also up the Hudson Valley here into southeastern New York, or southeastern New York actually, at Monticello, Sullivan County International Airport, temperature 32. Visibility 4 miles with overcast conditions at 2,600 feet. Now, out of Newark, this late this morning, we have visibilities at 8 miles, overcast conditions at 8,000 feet. We're basically going to have a variable wind at less than 3 knots with some scattered clouds at about 5,000 feet, broken ceilings at 10,000 feet. And from late this morning into from late tonight actually into early tomorrow morning, we're going to have basically some scattered clouds at 6,000, broken at 12,000, basically VFR conditions across the region. And now at Philadelphia, same kind of thing going on. We have overcast conditions at 7,000 feet, temperature this morning at 43, and the wind is out of the southeast at about 5 miles per hour. And the weather is generally fair. We have some scattered to occasionally overcast conditions at 7,000 feet. Then from this afternoon into early tomorrow morning, we are going to have some scattered clouds at 5,000, broken ceilings at 10,000. And then from late tonight, again through early tomorrow morning, light winds, broken ceilings at 15,000 up to 20,000, overcast conditions at 15,000 by tomorrow morning. And winds are going to be out of the northwest tomorrow at about 5 knots with the cold front moving through the region. NamWRF composite reflectivity forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows the scattered to broken cloud cover across the region this morning. It's modeled pretty well as of 12Z, which is the latest morning run. And we'll find that skies will begin to break, some scattered to broken cloud cover around the region. We were watching this disturbance off the Carolina coast. It still looks like it's going to be pressure will be moving off the coast and away from the area. As we zone in now, scattered to broken cloud cover around the region during Tuesday, and then a fair amount of clearing too as that disturbance departs the region. And we still have an ongoing warm air advection pattern starting behind that weak cold front with more lifting, storm system heading up and towards the Great Lakes and southeastern Canada. That means more lifting on the way. And as that is the case, we will see an increase of cloud cover and some light sprinkles across the region. And the winds backing around to the ocean influence out of the southeast to east during the day on Wednesday. That's going to transport in more moisture in the mid and lower levels of the atmosphere, and perhaps some spotty light rain showers hither or dither breaking out across Pennsylvania into northwestern New Jersey and also out over the ocean. And this would be in response to another system, a cold front, which will be moving through the region during Thursday night and Friday morning. Things after this happen get very interesting for the weekend, and we'll get into that in just a moment. Still waiting for some of the morning model runs to finish, so we're going to start off with the 6E run of the GFS, and this is the sea level and also the precipitation type. The green indicating rain and the blue indicating snow. The pink inside of that would be mixed precipitation, usually frozen form, sleet there. Let's move through the forecast period, and we can see the wave of low pressure that we talked about heading out to sea away from the forecast waters during the morning on a Tuesday and dragging a cold front, a weak cold front, through the region. Now the cold front will be not so strong as it will be weakening as it passes through. And then things turn very interesting as a secondary cold front here attached to this area of low pressure, deepening here over the Canadian Maritimes and southeastern Canadian provinces proper during the day on Thursday. And that's going to allow the shield of showers, mostly in the form of rain showers, to move through the region during Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and Thursday evening. Now, this is where things get interesting because the flow actually gets a little bit cut off here. It's not really cut off, but we lose the boundary here right off around the coastal sections, and we have a couple of disturbances across the south. These would be introducing isentropic lift or warm air advection pattern. We're not really going to get into the cold air. The cold air will be locked up into Canada during this time period, so milder conditions here. And the latest models indicating a weak wave of low pressure moving along that boundary on an increasing south to southeast flow during the day on Friday. And this would be Friday morning and Friday afternoon. And possibly some of this precipitation could change to and then later mix with and change possibly to snow as it exits the region Friday afternoon. And then again, a second wave moving and marching through the region during Saturday morning, Friday night and Saturday morning. That could end as some freezing rain or even some some light snow during the morning hours on Saturday. Then things really get interesting because we have Arctic high pressure now and very cold air lowering heights here over Scandinavia, northeastern Newfoundland, and this is a blocking pattern which is beginning to set up. Very strong Arctic high pressure now beginning to sink south from the Canadian provinces all the way to the northern and eastern United States tier. And what's happening down across the upper central plains and southern plains is we have isentropic lift or warm air trying to ride over the dome of the Arctic air. And as such, the modeling is forecasting a cold air damming situation signature here. This is CAD, cold air damming, as high pressure wedges down the Appalachians, the east side of the Appalachian Mountains. Precipitation could start on Sunday, December 8th, early in the morning towards the Delmarva region as a mixture of frozen precipitation and some snow too. And then eventually that precipitation begins to lift towards the north and east. How much of that precipitation will be in the form of snow come Monday morning is still in question, but we still have quite a bit of a blocking high here across southeastern Canada. That should allow the Arctic dome. Once we have Arctic air in place, it's very hard to dislodge, and we can see this with the pressure field here, at least in the modeling, where it wants to show still that signature east of the Appalachian Mountains, that cold air damming signature that we often look forward to when we're trying to change the precipitation type from rain to snow or from snow back to rain. So it looks like early Monday morning could be dealing with some frozen precipitation around here, even possibly some light snow. And we'll just have to wait as that wave of low pressure moves off into the northeast Atlantic waters during Monday afternoon. Then high pressure will once again build in across the forecast region. But notice here we have much more of a deeper trough developing across the Hudson Bay region into portions of the Great Lakes region. And this upper level trough will try to move towards the mid-Atlantic coast states with a drying pattern developing across the Midwest and also heading into the Northeast. But this is a cold air pattern on northwesterly winds, so temperatures are going to be above normal for the first couple of days this week, and then temperatures falling below normal again by the weekend and into early next week. And of course, we'll be monitoring all these threats during the course of this afternoon and over the next couple of days. So that's going to do it for this Monday afternoon. We'll be back bright and early with you again early Tuesday morning or later tonight on Monday night with further updates here on Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Make it a good Monday.